Okay friends, so it has been officially a month since I have stopped wearing deodorant completely. I haven't wore any sort of deodorant. The only things I've been putting on my armpits has been coconut oil and baking soda. So for the first couple of days of me not wearing deodorant, I stunk. Like, I smelled really bad. The odor that was coming out of my armpit was not it. I personally take pride in smelling great. I take pride in my hygiene. I bathe 2 to 3 times a day. I love when my vagina smells good. Anytime I take it, I wash right after. I am very prideful on smelling clean and making all my intimate areas smell fresh. So at first it was really hard for me every minute. You know, it wasn't cute, but I hugged it through, and after about like the 4th on the 5th day of me just wearing coconut oil and baking soda, I noticed one day I went outside and I was sweating. Like, it was one of those days in Toronto when the season's changing from summer to fall to winter. Like, some days it's really hot and some days it's minus 30 degrees. That's where I was. So it was one of those days where I was just warm and it was hot outside, so I started really sweating and I smelled myself, and I didn't smell anything. I smelled it odorless. It's only been like 4 or 5 days. I wonder what happened if I continue to doing it throughout the month. So now I'm on the 30-day mark. These are my armpits, you see? Now, after doing all my research, I don't think the darkness on my armpit is from the deodorant. I think the darkness on my armpit is just from having a bad case of hyperpigmentation. Because the color didn't change much, I need a plan B. You know, I need to figure it out, because these dark armpits, honey, are not it. I feel super insecure about them. I hate lifting on my armpits. It always looks like it's hairy when it's not. So now I'm going to be showing you guys how I make this bleaching cream. The main ingredient in this bleaching cream is 50% hydroquinone powder, and this is pure kojic acid. If you guys don't know, hydroquinone and kojic acid are both very strong chemicals, are used in extreme skin bleaching. So people who want to lighten their skin many shades lighter. It's usually the main ingredient in over-the-counter bleaching products. But why I find the over-the-counter bleaching products don't work so well is because there's usually only like 2% hydroquinone. And with 2% hydroquinone, you can be applying the cream every single day for a couple of months before you see any sort of result. And I just don't have the time, honey, for that slow of a process. I want the process to be fast.
If you could please hurry the up, it would be greatly appreciated.
So I got my hands on 50% hydroquinone powder and kojic acid. I've used this powder before on my armpits. Like I mentioned before, I'm never consistent on anything. So I used it, I've seen results, and I stopped using it. I'm gonna try to use the bleaching cream that I'm going to make right now in front of you guys every day, and I'm basically gonna document my lightening process of my armpits, basically see how it works. Kojic acid and hydroquinone powder are both very potent substances, and if used incorrectly can leave burns if you have sensitive skin. Me personally, like I said, I've used this already before and I don't have sensitive skin, therefore I won't get burns because skin is used to this product already, especially under my armpits. But do your research and make sure you use the bleaching cream for external use only. If you're going to be using such a strong percentage of the bleaching agent at first, I would recommend mixing this in with the other products that you use first, just to dilute it and make sure that skin doesn't react. And if your skin does react, get hives, if it gets bumpy, if it's itchy, if it hurts in any way, make sure you stop using it right away. I'm going to be using this homemade bleaching cream for a whole month, and I'm going to document the entire thing. I'm going to try to update you guys and show you guys my lightening process of my armpits, and hopefully a bitch could have armpits the same color as her skin. It's not cute. Like, how am I walking outside with these type of armpits? Like, come on. It looks like there's hair on it and there's not. Let me just show you guys how I'm going to make the bleaching products and what I use. Obviously, the active ingredient to bleaching my armpits is the hydroquinone and kojic acid powder. I'm going to be using 2 tablespoons of the hydroquinone powder and a 1/4 of the kojic acid powder. I have this empty bottle of coconut oil. This is what I've been using on my armpits for it not to smell. There's still residue of the coconut oil in here. I'm also going to add baking soda. I'm going to add a lotion, it's Johnson lotion that I personally love and I've been using my whole life. I'm also going to be adding real lemon juice as well as emulsifying wax. Step 1, get an empty glass. Step 2, take your emulsifying wax, about a palm full is enough, and you put it in a cup and you warm it up in the microwave for about 30 to 45 seconds. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So the purpose of the emulsifying wax and why you need the emulsifying wax is so the product doesn't separate from the water. Hydroquinone is oil and water soluble. soluble.
Sorry, I just think I'm too stupid to understand this.
Meaning that it can mix well in both water and oil. We all know that oil and water don't mix, they separate. And this emulsifying wax will make sure that have the consistency of like a lotion. And don't worry guys, I'll put all the links in the description box below so you guys can make it yourself at home. The emulsifying wax looks like this. So it looks like little beads. I'm gonna put about 4 tablespoons of the wax in here. This is how it looks, guys. It got into an oil-like substance. Now that we have this, I'm gonna pour this into my coconut oil container. Now, I'm going to add my lotion that I use every day. I'm going to use this as a substitute for citric acid. The purpose of citric acid is so that hydroquinone and kojic acid doesn't oxidize, because once it oxidizes and turns brown, it is no longer active and it is no longer useful and it won't work. Unfortunately, I don't have citric acid right now, but this has citric acid in it and I am going to add this to my creation. So I'm just going to add as much as I feel like adding, TBH. Oh, this is hot. So I added about this much. I'm not gonna make a full bottle. I'm only bleaching my armpits, so this should be enough for a month. So now I'm going to add a half a cup of water. I'm not really measuring. I'm literally going to add half an actual cup. Us black people, we don't measure, we just guesstimate, and I'm gonna use actually a half a cup of water. And now I'm gonna take my spoon and I'm gonna mix it all together. Make sure it's very well mixed. You will see a few clumps of the emulsifier wax. It's fine if you can't get all the clumps out. I'm just mixing until I feel like it's done. So right now, clearly, because I'm using the empty jug, I'm out of coconut oil. When I do get coconut oil, I will be adding it to my mixture. So right now, this is the substancy. It's very water-like. Now I'm going to add lemon juice. As some of you guys might know, lemon juice is a natural lightening agent. I'm just going to use just a little bit into this mixture. I don't know how much I'm really going to use. And I'm just going to guess. And this is pure lemon juice. If you have raw lemons, that works as well, but if not, this is fine. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of baking soda. When you make your cream, you add the lightening agent in last. So this is how it's supposed to look. Like a creamy white substance. Now I'm going to add the bleaching agent into the concoction. I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to add a full tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half into it. Tablespoon and a little bit. This is 100% kojic acid, so it's very, very, very potent. Kojic acid looks like breadcrumbs, the color. I'm just going to use just a little bit of that. Just about that much. Now I'm just going to mix it all together. Just making sure that the bleaching agents are dissolved into my mixture. I'm going to stir for about a minute. And here it is. This is how it looks now that I added the bleaching agents into the cream. That was bubbling up. I'm gonna keep stirring, baby. Keep stirring, baby. When I get more coconut oil, I'm also gonna add coconut oil to this mix. I'm gonna store this in a dry room temperature area like a bathroom cabinet. And I'm going to be applying this to my armpits twice a day, in the morning and then at night. Like I said, I've used this before and it lightened it, but I never used it consistently because as soon as I seen that it lightened it a little bit, I stopped. But this time, just for YouTube, I'm going to document it. I'm going to be using it for a whole 30 days and I'm going to show you guys my results and show you guys how it worked for me. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. DM me on Instagram if you guys have any questions on the bleaching cream. I will 100% update you guys on my process. Hopefully, get these armpits one color. Also, I'm not going to add this to my mixture, but I'm also going to be applying witch hazel and aloe to my armpits every single day. Also help with the skin toning process. Witch hazel is amazing. I use it for my vagina, make sure my vagina is smooth in one color, and I'm gonna start using it for my armpits to just make sure that everything is even tone, everything looks good. Witch hazel is literally one of the best products known to man, but like I said, it's more powerful, I feel like, by itself, so I'm not going to be adding it to my mixture. I am going to be applying it to my armpits as well as this and aloe. So I'll tell you guys how it goes, and hopefully it works. I'm going to stay consistent and get these armpits popping. Now, I'm not going to be wearing deodorant ever. Like, I'm only going to be applying this on my armpits, as well as probably more baking soda just to make sure that I don't smell. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you guys want to see more DIY videos, leave a comment. Tell me what you guys want to see. I love hearing from you guys. I'm going to be doing a DIY eyelash tutorial because I do my own eyelashes. I'm also going to be making a video on how I put hyaluronic acid fillers into my hips to get rid of hip dips and even out the hips, make them round. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Are you dumb? And I'll see you in my next one. Peace out.